Today, in the last 2 hours, releasing audio recordings of what she says are claims that are 3 ANC members of Parliament trying to solicit a bribe. In the recording, Mkhwebane claims the 3 demanded money from her husband in exchange for the dropping of the impeachment inquiry into her fitness for office.
But the courts are with Ramaphosa. The courts are with Ramaphosa. These are the chilling last words uttered and contained in the voice recording of some of the remarks made by the late Honorable Tina Joemat-Pettersson in one of her 2 physical meetings with my husband at the Ocean Basket restaurant in OR Tambo International Airport.
Our reporter Athi Mtongana following the proceedings, as she's been following almost all of this inquiry. Athi, good afternoon to you. What claims is Mkhwebane making here?
Well, you pointed to those claims, Stephen, already in the headline where you said that the suspended public protector advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane has implicated senior individuals in society, going as high as the Chief Justice of South Africa. But I do have with me a media statement which she was reading out, and I'd like to read some of the snippets of what she had to say. Number one, she's saying that the Speaker must be suspended, and that's the Speaker of the National Assembly, whom she says, as the public protector, tried to get a meeting with her in order to raise these issues. Now, she's saying the Speaker must be suspended for not helping a whistleblower expose what is happening, for refusing to arrange a meeting involving allegations of corruption as requested by the public protector. She's also saying that the President must be called to account for abuse of power in implementing a clearly illegal suspension. We know the matter of a suspension has been a tumultuous one before the courts already. And I also need to mention, with regards to the President, what we know from this media briefing is that she claims, the public protector that is, she claims that the late Tina Joemat-Pettersson, in fact we heard in the audio recording, claiming that the courts are for Ramaphosa. That's a statement that we heard from the audio recording that was played. And we also know that she has said that the Deputy Public Protector must release the Phala Phala report by the 7th of July this year, which will be 1 year after the statutory 30-day deadline set in the Executive Members Ethics Act. The matter is not all complicated and could have been finalized within 3 months at worst. The other one is that she says the Judicial Service Commission must expedite the complaint into the undue delay of a judgment involving a serious matter of the illegal suspension of the Public Protector of South Africa by the head of state to cover up Phala Phala and the alleged criminality. So in a nutshell, Stephen, she has really dropped bombshells and accusations and audio recordings that you and I, and certainly the viewer, have heard, and we will then also try to get a clearer sound for those recordings that her husband took during her engagements with the late Tina Joemat-Pettersson, whom she claims had met her husband at OR Tambo, at Ocean Basket. That's where these 2 meetings, she claims, took place. But let's listen to what she had to say insofar as the amounts that were allegedly, punted and used or called for by the late Tina Joemat-Pettersson.
On the 16th of March 2023, Mrs. Joemat-Pettersson attended the inquiry physically for the first time and only time. She asked one of the parliamentary officials who attends the inquiry regularly to give her phone to my husband and requested him to punch his number. This can be verified with the parliamentary official concerned, but again is a matter of the police to determine and get the name of the official. Following this, Mrs. Joemat-Pettersson invited my husband to 2 separate physical meetings both held at the Ocean Basket restaurant at OR Tambo International Airport. At this meeting, she solicited a bribe of approximately 600,000 for herself, Mr. Richard Janji, who is the chairperson of the inquiry, and Ms. Pemi Majodina, who is the chief whip of the ruling ANC. My husband pretended to play along and even negotiated the price to be set at 150,000 instead of 200,000 each.
You will know, Stephen, that the gripe that the public protector has is with the chairperson of the Section 194 Committee, Kubutile Janki, the chief whip of the ANC in Parliament, Pemi Majodina, whom she claims actually wanted to be ministers and were not happy by not being appointed by President Cyril Ramaphosa. She also mentioned how the chairperson wanted to be the chairperson of the ANC in the Western Cape. There are a lot of claims that the public protector made, of course, and as I said, we will, of course, try to get clearer sound for those recordings. But I'd like us to listen to another extract from the audio recordings that she played from today, because something else that was interesting that we heard from those audio recordings, sounding like it was the late Tina Jomet-Peterson claiming that the chief whip, Pemi Majodina, is greedy. Those are just some of the things that we heard from those recordings. So let's just listen to another extract from the recordings.
So the closing argument, they must have written closing arguments and reduce the dates.
But who's going to pay for that?
Oh, that's why we're saying to you guys, go on another attack.
Yeah.
Go on another attack.
Yeah, because remember, that legality won't do it for free.
No.
They won't do it for free.
No. They're saying they haven't achieved what he was supposed to achieve.
Who says that?
The chair.
Oh,
in the
okay, yeah.
My God, man.
So I say they don't achieve what they're supposed to achieve.
Yeah.
Right.
That sound played today, believed to be a recording, claimed to be a recording by the suspended public protector, Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane. Well, it's a story that's very much likely to develop over the next few hours, next few days, next few weeks. Let's see how it develops. We will, of course, bring you more reaction to the claims from Mkhwebane today. Thanks to that live report by Athi Mtongana.